Good stuff. Drink. Water, it does the body good. The fuck? That's Roblox? Look at Twitter real fast before we start. Warm up my voice a little bit. Because it's been... when was Pikmin 251 finished? I don't remember. Because, like, I guess you can count Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, but... When was Pikmin 251 finished? You know what? I can check my YouTube. Well, either way, whenever Pikmin 251, it's been a couple months. Been kind of on break a little bit. But we're back with more game playthroughs, because I've been in the mood to play through some games. And I've been meaning to do these more often. I think we're gonna go with the original Game Boy Color version, because I don't really care for the way the Game Boy Advance version looks. At least on my TV it doesn't look very good. It might look better recording, but we'll play with the original Shantae. Oh, I feel old. 1996, man. That was some time ago. Limited run games reproduce this. I don't think I have a sound. Yeah. I didn't really do a ton of practice. We're just kind of hopping right into this. My TV's still not angled right. I don't think I'm gonna read the text aloud for now. So for now, let's continue on. Oh yeah, you don't have, like, music at the beginning of the game. I really go back in here. Okay, I gotta remember the controls. X is dance. Y is attack and run. Man, it's been so long since I played this specific Shantae game. This is probably the Shantae game I've played the least out of the whole series. Mostly because I just think it has definitely, out of the whole series, shows its age the most. It's like, it's definitely not a terrible game, it just really shows its age. But like, I've been meaning to play through the Shantae series, so this is a good place to start. Yep. Well, I'm ready for to start getting back to some music. As the game is definitely very good, and this is also a good chance to, you know, replay through this game and feel like hurt opinions on it. Also, I do recommend playing the either 3DS or Switch port of this game. Anywhere that you could save stage states, because they're kind of very helpful. I'm not sure which looks the best. I think let's go with Sharp and continue with that. So your attack, excuse me. To no good, that's for sure. Well, better stop her. I agree. It's gonna take me a bit also to get used to the commentary again. I haven't practiced, which usually helps me with commentary a ton. I also do kind of love the sprites. Definitely one thing the Shantae series has done super well is all its like, sprite work and artwork is all really good. So one thing, because this is the game, I might be thinking of Pirate's Curse or Risk His Revenge, because those are like the main ones I played. Pretty much all the Shantae games afterwards. I think this and Seven Stars are the two I've played the least. Which even Seven Stars is kind of just because it's the newest one is the reason I've played it the least. I guess it's also technically the proper start of the Shantae Marathon, even though it's kind of only a YouTube-only marathon, because at least for Twitch viewers it's not going to be, because we're going to be spacing these games out a lot. Because I can only play the same type of game so much. I do have to change out every once in a while. For my own sanity. I'm gonna shut up for a second and enjoy this music, because it's really good. I also love how, like, the screen changes because of the light. Like, they at least, like, okay, everything looks like it's on fire, so... It's definitely one of the cooler details of this game. First off, our first enemies are Tinkerbats. Thankfully, Tinkerbats aren't very hard to deal with currently. They're just kind of a minor annoyance. It's hard. The Shantae series does have like a Goomba equivalent because of some generic enemies that keep coming back. But funny enough, Tinkerbats aren't very much a common occurrence. They kind of just appear in the Burning Town segment, I think, and a different segment of the game. They're not super common. And now it is night. I do love... the illusion does kind of break of the time passing when you kind of walk back here and it's all on fire again, but then it's suddenly nighttime proper. The illusion does break a little bit. Come on. Where'd you go? This is also the only Shantae game with... Oh no, actually Risk His Revenge does have the walk. But the rest of them is kind of default you to run. This is like the only one where you really have to hold the run button. At least forced to. If you want to move at a fucking not snail's pace. This is technically not blind, but it's also been so long, it might as well be blind. I'm also not going for 100% in this game like I will be with the rest of the series, probably. Because I don't want to. I'm just kinda chilling playing. Ah! Hey, old man, are you okay? Look what those Tinkerbats did to my workshop. I always remember Uncle Mimic. He's a character I always remember in the series. I remember most of the series characters. But I definitely like Uncle Mimic more than most, but also Uncle Mimic doesn't really do a lot in the series, which kind of sucks. Because it would be cool to put him in like a playable appearance once. Because especially with like the Half Genie Heroes Friends to the End DLC, it'd be cool to see Uncle Mimic playable. These are destructible platforms, semi-solid. You stand on them long enough, they'll eventually break. Fairly simple concept, a lot of platformers have them. Although I guess Shantae technically is a Metroidvania, not a platformer, but they're pretty much it. Well, actually, no, Metroidvania is just kind of a sub-series of platformer. They're Zelda-like platformers is the best way I can think of describing Metroidvanias. It's like, that's the way I sold Shantae to a lot of my friends. Like, hey, it's just kind of like 2D Zelda. I mean, I'm not entirely wrong. Because, like, Metroidvanias and Zelda-like games are usually what I think of in, like, the same genre. Is the Metroidvanias are kind of like the 2D versions of Zelda games, but, yeah. Well, not really top-down, like, side-scroller Zelda games. Metroidvanias are a lot more fun than you think. And after that, we must invade the ship. It's far enough. Where's the steam engine? None of your business, more importantly. People have been using my sea without paying my fee. It's water. Lords the cannon! And time for our first boss fight. Kind of. Well, I guess it does legally count as a boss fight. Thankfully, avoiding the first wave of attacks is fairly easy. Really, the problem is I'm at very low health and probably about to die. And probably one of the biggest caveats of the original Shantae is the fact that there's lives for some fucking reason. Other than it was a Game Boy Color game and they kind of had to do it for padding. I'm gonna lose the life here so I can continue on a little easier. Thankfully, they get you right back into the boss fight. Also, I will say, Shantae's Hair Whip is a lot smaller, a lot shorter range than you think. Which does lead to some problems where you think you can hit them, compared to other games where it's like double the size it is in this game. Although usually the crouch whip is a little bit further. I think. I'd have to check. Yeah, it's a little further it looks like. Like Shantae takes a much more horizontal stance in crouching. There we go. After blowing out the bomb, we move on to our next phase of the fight, where we have to hit the bombs out of the Tinkerbell's hands. Again, there's that shorter whip range that I keep talking about. You do have a lot more air control than you think when we're running, to be fair. Whew, almost fell. Missed again, that's fine. And after that, we have defeated Risky's ship. I went easy on you this time. Next time I'll be steam-powered and unstoppable. Ho, ho, ho. But fair enough. That's funny. A dandy idea indeed. Maybe it's time I told him I'm only half genie. It's got time to get a real guardian genie to protect them. I don't let things get so screwed up. It happens. I'll tell you what happened. Where's my steam engine? Sorry, Mimic. Risky got away with the steam engine, yep. Oh, she's going to use it to destroy Scuttletown. Oh, if only I were a real genie, yada yada yada. Afraid it will take more than genie magic this time. Let me explain from the beginning. It all started on my last dig when I unearthed an ancient vault hidden inside a diagram of a strange contraption. Here's how the thing works. I have to explain how steam works. A steel chamber full of water is heated like so. The water becomes steam, blasting out the top with enough pressure to turn the wheel indefinitely. Steam-powered muscle like that could change the world. I used the plans to build a steam engine of my own. It was almost done when that vixen swiped it. Definitely have to get the engine back. Do. Do. Do, 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 do. Good luck, Shantae. And thank you, we're gonna need it. Nope, 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 nope. Watertown and playing Bolo. Yep. Cool. No. Old video games. Oh, we go this way. No. No. Shut up. Ah. I'm afraid to leave town, and my daddy said that monsters get twice as strong when the sun goes down. Do you think he's pulling my leg? No, that is true. As the sun goes down, enemies do get stronger. I've traveled to Watertown in the east and the West Town in the west. Have you visited either of them? So now we have a bunch of like little rooms we can go to. First off, the bathhouse. This will be a reoccurring place in the Shantae games. Namely, this is where you heal. This is a hot spring, essentially. Aching muscles and soak your worries away. So it's very helpful if whenever you find one of these places, it's usually going to just stop by one of them. You can press the plus button to keep track of your stuff on the subscreen ad. You heard that already? Next we have the favorite, which is kind of important if you're not playing an emulated version of Shantae. But if you're playing an emulated version of Shantae like I recommend, I highly recommend save stating as much as humanly possible, because it's very helpful. Next up we have the item shop. Now the original Shantae is a little different than the other games. Namely, all of the things you're gonna get, all your magic and junk, is consumables. Later games will either have the consumables, or you just have your magic meter controlling it and you can level up that. But as you see, we can't afford really anything of importance right now, so we're gonna have to come back here later when we get some cash. We'll be coming back here real soon, because it's actually a very important glitch to do here. It's very worth your time that I'm going to be definitely doing off-camera to gain some money. Sorry, kiddo, show us over till tonight. Come back later. Dance parlor. Every town has something unique to it, I believe. Scuttletown has the dance parlor. I think all the towns have something unique. I know some of them do, but I know Scuttletown has the dance parlor. Now, the Warp Squid Hut is something else unique. Oh, dear, I've lost my baby Warp Squids. They're always getting in mischief. If you find all 4 of them, I'll give you something nice for your trouble. Now, if you do collect all 4 Warp Squids, you can go turn them in here to get a warp to basically warp back here anytime. Which is vaguely important. But for now, let's head over to the Scuttletown gates and continue. Now, I remember this enemy in particular because they jump and shoot this super fast fucking attack that you can't even avoid. This enemy just sucks. There's a reason I constantly joke about, at least when I talked about the original Shantae, is like you go to the left at the beginning of the game and just kind of get fucked over. Because this isn't actually where you want to go. You have to get really close to them to avoid it, because like you don't know this is your first time and you just kind of get shot immediately. Shit slicks, but you can go over here, you can get some easy cash. I honestly forget what's down here. Oh, I need a different item. Okay, now I remember how you do this. You get a certain power-up, I think. I know it's one of the power-ups to get you this, but either way, there's something to remember for later, because that's part of the fun of Metroidvania, is it's coming back to areas you've been before, with new abilities to make progress. Oh no. Fuck. And this is really the reason I say save state often. Because the game will kind of chew through your lives and really doesn't give you a lot of lives to compensate. Because I can only remember a few places where you can get lives, and like you can't buy them either, which is annoying. So I just gotta recommend save stating whenever you can. Now these enemies are a little unique, namely you can chase them. I think, or no, I'm thinking of a different enemy in a different Shantae game. Where you can just keep chaining them for a bunch of gems. But really, the main thing we're waiting for right now is I'm waiting for it to turn night in game. Just so that way we can do the dance parlor and I can show that off. We can move on to some of the more important things, namely some glitches that are very important to do. Because time actually doesn't pass in towns. I don't think it even passes when in waiting. And there we go, now we can move on. And now I can show off the dance parlor, which is very important. For now. Bar's up, and why don't you go strut your stuff? How's it going, John? I haven't seen Sky and Ball around lately. Aren't they your friends? Before we head to the dance parlor, though, we're gonna actually... Have you ever heard of the zombie carnival? They stop at different places each night, always roaming. I've heard they'll buy your brains if you're willing to sell them. I'm gonna first stop by the bathhouse and heal up, because